Hi everybody, and welcome to this replay on identifying your coaching area. You know, if you have not identified your area of coaching and the area you're coaching in, you're specialized in a certain area of coaching, the market is going to punish you. Hi Kai, because your clients will not know what you are standing for and will ignore you and go to someone else. My name is Andreas Dorn and I'm an NLP trainer and a certified NLP coach trainer. And I am today sharing with you why it is actually important to be specialized in coaching. I need to do something, Kai, in just a moment to see who else is looking at me. All right. Hi, Kai. I hope everything is okay. Where are you right now? Would be good to know in which place of the world you are hanging out right now. It's always good to see you anyway. I'm really happy that you are here. I was just starting to talk about how important it actually is for coaches to get really specialized, identifying their niche of specialization in order to really make an impact in their business environment and for them to have a chance that their company actually survives. Maybe the trend of specialization has not yet quite arrived in Malaysia yet. But I do know it's starting to happen in the Western world, in America and in Europe, where coaches need to become more and more specialized. I just read a study that in 2012, I don't quite believe the numbers, what I'm saying next, okay? In 2012, or just about 5 years ago only, there were about only 150 business coaches in Malaysia. And 150 business coaches in Singapore. I'm not quite sure if that number is correct, but it's a number provided by an institution here in Malaysia, an institution that I don't want to quite mention. But overall, this institution saw the training market in the Asia Pacific, training and coaching business at a level of $100 billion, and that was 2012. The market is definitely growing. And it's nice to know that the market is growing, of course, because, hey, I'm in the business of NLP and I'm in the business of coaching as well. And in a newer study, they were actually saying that there are about 4,000 to 5,000 coaches around in Asia Pacific operating. I don't know which study is correct, which study is not correct, but I do know that we need to specialize as coaches, identify our area that we deem to be important to survive in the coming years to come. And that's what I want to go and talk about today, the areas of coaching as a sequence to the earlier last week's Facebook Live session on why is it important or why is it nice to become a coach actually. Now, let's get started on talking about your coaching area and why it's important to you to identify your areas of specialization. And I'm curious if you are a coach, if you are coaching already in any area of your life, if there's any coach online, please type it in the comment box. I would like to know if there's other coaches listening in. And what specialization are you in right now? What makes you outstanding, your credibility? Let me know what you are specializing in and if you are already a coach specializing in. There are three main areas actually where people coach in. Three main areas, and that's actually easily identified. One area is business coaching, the other area is executive coaching, and the third area is life coaching. Most people that I do know say, hey, I'm in executive coaching or leadership coaching, so not many people say they're in life coaching. Hey, Jeff, good to see you. How is it on your side? Is it raining as well? Here it's raining really heavily in Solaris at Tamas, but it's good to see you, and that you have the time to spend time here and join into the live feed. I'm really appreciating this. We just talked about the different areas, overall broad areas where people coach in. And I mentioned it's life coaching, it's business coaching, and it's executive coaching. And even that one is oftentimes a little bit diffused. Now, business coaching, let's say business coaching. Of course, all of those coaches should undergo a very good training, which is not necessarily always happening. But that's a different story altogether. Don't know who's joining in right now, but welcome to this live feed. Business coaching is a person who works with clients on a variety of goals. It might involve strategy, improving the organization. It might identify marketing needs, branding issues, this kind of things overall. So improving the organization, performance of an overall organization, maybe even the technicalities of SOPs, standard operating procedures in an environment of a business organization. So business coaching really helps clients, companies, smaller companies, maybe even larger companies, to overcome the issues. Executive coaching is when an organization or the executive himself or herself hires a person to look after their performance. Now I'm just defining the different areas. Whoa, that was a heavy thunder. So executive coaches are typically hired, or leadership coaches even, are typically hired to work with the C-suite, the CEOs, COOs, chief financial officers, to improve their performance overall, to achieve personal improvement goals. So the organization has identified them to move forward. But it also might involve improving communication, improving productivity, and you see already the different area that might pop up. Now, life coaching, the third main area in coaching overall, but then I break it down some more, excuse me, because then it really gets important for all of us. Life coach works with individuals, not hired by a company usually, and the individuals come to them, like they come to us to help this individual to get over certain issues they are facing. And if you believe right now that this, what I'm sharing with you next, is somewhat important, just press a like. I would see a like button. It would be really nice to see some likes coming up here in this live feed right now. It's a live feed. I want to hear something from you guys. Okay. Press a like button or share this video with other people, that they have a chance to also check in and participate in this overall session here. Let's talk about specializations of coaching and why it is really important. I will share with you. Hey Martin, good to see you. Why is it important to be really, really specialized? Now you can specialize yourself into different groups of coaching. Like there can be coaches for lawyers. I'm here in Solaris at Thomas. Lots of coaches around. If I would have the experience of being a lawyer maybe, then I would have a most suitable area, most suitable location to market myself as a coach for lawyers to improve their performance. I'm not, but it would be a possibility. You might be a student for, like Martin here right now, he is a coach for educators or in education line. So you might actually coach educators, and education coaching, like teaching teachers in primary school, teaching teachers in secondary school, teaching teachers maybe, hey Honket, teaching teachers in different types of schools, students, university. That is useful, and it requires a different mindset altogether to approach the different people, because I believe if you coach educators, their clientele, their students, is definitely different if you are a teacher, an educator in primary school, secondary school, or even if you're working in a university. So you need to have a different approach to coaching. And if you are just a broad skills coach overall, clients will not like you. They will say, yeah, where's your specialization? We're going to talk about this. You might do coaching for men, coaching for women, or coaching even politicians, a huge business. Not here in Malaysia maybe, but more in the Western world. Politicians get coached all the time. Now, if you coach men or women, see the breakdown. And I'm sharing with you in a moment why I believe, very strongly believe, that you need to break down that different areas. Coaching for men, you can have different age group, because men face different issues if they are older or younger, if they're really old or really young. And if they look for a coach, they might have different issues. You want to be able to connect with them, to have the rapport with them, to speak their language. If you're coaching women, also very important. If you coach women, you see, women are different, right? It doesn't matter if you're older or younger woman or middle-aged woman, you have a different mindset. Again, if you're coaching women and empowering women, you might have a different approach, a different mindset altogether in doing this. If you are just a broad scale, I'm a coach for women, you might not speak their language and you might not address their issue, you might not be able to solve their problems. And that's important to do that, isn't it? I think it's really important. If you're work entry coaching, somebody joins a new company, and most of the time there would be higher level of coaching. A CEO starts to work in a new company. That CEO might have to have a coach to get entrenched into the new culture, to overcome challenges, to get rid of what's holding them back in the mindset, to just be able to throw out certain ideas. Or managing your staff coaching. How do you manage your staff? Especially if you have just one person to manage, very easy. But if you manage across cultures, different countries, it's tougher. Or if you are even having a larger team, this dispersed team, or your team is working online and offline, even maybe from home, you need a coach, because then you are specialized in managing teams at different levels. Leadership coaching, a huge area, and so many people that I meet say, I'm a leadership coach. No, you're not. I'm telling you in a moment why you're not, why you should not define yourself as a leadership coach. Because it's an important information. I strongly believe, to repeat, that if you don't specialize in your coaching area, sooner or later, the market will overrule you. In a moment, I'll share with you why I really think like that. Leadership coaching was something, hey, Sheila, good to see you as well. Sheila Tan, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Leadership coaching, I mentioned right now, really important area of coaching. Now, there are many different areas. Like, what type of coaching do you think a leader needs to have? Like, at a real high level. It might be how to become the coaching leader. How to become a leader that is able to coach their stuff at a real high level. Or coaching a leader for the first 100 days in the office. The first 100 days. Got to be promoted, has been promoted, and now needs to get started in running the first 100 days. And the first 100 days are always the toughest one. It's not like Donald Trump had a coach, but he would have needed a coach sometimes, isn't it? When you think about what he is doing right now across the world. Coaching the newly recruited CEOs. If somebody is newly CEO in a company, needs to have a coach. Coaching after promotion. Think about it. Somebody gets promoted. They have issues in technical issues, how to understand some certain stuff, or mindset issues. And coaching for presentation. Somebody who wasn't that often presenting so much, but now needs to present to the boardroom. A very different style of presentation, right? Needs to have a mindset coaching, how to structure their presentation, how to prep themselves up for being asked tough questions, to sustain in a tough environment. We got financial coaching. I have to hurry a little bit, but we got financial coaching. Financial coaching is getting started in your financial journey. If you're a student, or identifying investment opportunities, managing your money well, identifying real opportunities in the market, alternative investments, all of that could be a financial coach. Or the mindset, I'm coming from the mindset area, a mindset of financial investment. Therapeutical coaching, that's kind of my area. It's like, I like that very much because it's relatively easy for me. Can call also emotional coaching. Now you can talk people who have anxiety. Anxiety coaching. Now anxiety is huge. Some people have it as a so-called disease. But some people have anxiety for presentation, anxiety for being promoted, anxiety for this and that. You have different levels of anxiety. Phobias. Might be phobias, just like cockroach phobia, rat phobia, butterfly phobia, or phobias in presentation skills. Hey, Ben, so nice to see you here. Good to see you. I'm so happy. Cool. You might even have coaches, health coaching with a heart operation. How do you help those people with a heart problem to get back into their real life? Dyslexia coaching, living with ADHD children, or coaching people who have ADHD children. Weight loss, huge business, weight loss. But weight loss is so different for men, different compared to women. And women might be older women, women who wants to get married, after the marriage, how to maintain the weight after giving birth. All of those are specialization. Addiction, many different areas, from smoking to drug usage to alcohol addiction. All of those are specialization and possibilities. Now, why do I say that? Why do I say specialization is really, really, really important? You see, the market is growing rapidly. But it's not only that the demand for coaching is growing, but also the numbers of coaches is growing. So the companies have a huge drive to find good coaches. And here it's coming in for you. If you're a client, if you want to land the next client, you need to be able to advocate for yourself, to speak for yourself. And you must be able to create a clear mind, a clear picture in their mind. What are you standing for? Because a specialization in coaching does this best. What do I mean by this? See, companies looking for profits. They don't want to just hire a leadership coach. If you're saying, I'm a leadership coach, if you're saying to yourself, you are a leadership coach, there are others who say exactly the same thing. I'm a leadership coach, I'm a leadership coach, I'm a leadership coach, I'm a leadership coach. How to differentiate, how the client needs to identify that you are the right one. So if you are telling a client, no, I'm a leadership coach, yeah, but I'm specialized in coaching leaders in the first 100 days. To coach leaders in the first 100 days succinctly to become better in their operation. Or I'm a leadership coach to help people who got promoted managing their team. Or I'm a leadership coach who is able to coach people, to manage people across different cultures, different countries. I'm a coach who helps leaders to manage work-life balance. Then you're specialized. Your client does not need to paint their own picture in their head what you are standing for. And they're most likely paint the wrong picture. And they choose based on different situation. They choose on different perspectives. They look at you and they identify. If you're not specialized, they just choose whatever it is they feel best with. And it's a gut feeling. But if you can paint the picture in their mind of what you are standing for and who you are, they will say, oh, that's what you're standing for. And it does not mean that you are automatically excluding yourself from anybody else. What do I mean by that? See, the saying goes, I believe strongly if we want to be the leadership coach for everything, it's a fear within us. Find a coach if you have that. Because it's a fear inside of us that we don't get all the business, that somebody else catches the business. It's wrong. It's wrong. If you're just a leadership coach, people will not look for you at all anyway. The moment somebody is more specialized, they take them. Why do I say that? Let's say you are a coach, or a therapist even, specialized in phobias. Do you think you get a good business? People who come to you with phobias, they refer their friends to you and their friends to you. And they say, hey, this guy is really a great guy in leadership, in phobia removal. It just takes him about half an hour, or 20 minutes or 45 minutes to get rid of the phobia. And they start sending their friends to you. And sooner or later, they're saying to you, listen, I know that you're good in phobia, but can you also manage anger? Can you also manage presentation fear? Can you also manage mindset for people who have a little bit of fear of getting promoted? Boom, your reputation spreads. So automatically, you are the phobia coach. But people start trusting you in your work. And they ask you for advice. And you can say, you know, I do that as well. And then you're sneaking in a different area. You are building your credibility around that area. And that makes you outstanding. If you are a leadership coach, hey Millie, you're coming in late, but it's nice to see you here. If you are a leadership coach who's helping leaders to become better coaches, letting go of responsibilities, being able to say no to certain areas. That might be your specialization. Sooner or later, they come up and say, do you know, I know you're a leadership coach who is specialized in helping leaders to establish their personal boundaries, but you're also somebody who helps their leaders to manage across cultures. Boom, you're in the organization, but you have established your credibility by exactly being known for one special area. Find that one area. Because a company doesn't need you. You need them. Clients need you. No, hold wrong. You need your clients. Clients don't need you. They have enough choices. So the more specialized you are, people start Googling up phobia. Who can remove a phobia in Malaysia? Boom, and they find you. They talk to you, they call you up, and sooner or later they come to you. Companies check out, can you find executive coaching for the first 100 days? They find you. Boom. They ask you that you want in the organization. You build the relationship. They trust you. You get more business. Be specialized. Now, if you are specialized, the important part, of course, is what is your credibility? Are you credible in the area? I mentioned earlier, if I were to coach lawyers, it would be good if I would be a lawyer, or at least have some knowledge about lawyers. Or the law would be a little bit of an advantage in that area. I could coach communication for lawyers because I'm teaching NLP and the language and behavior profile, and it's really, really good for lawyers as well. But I'm not specialized in lawyers, and I don't want to talk to too many lawyers. So lawyers, what is your credibility? Could be your education. What is your education like? Your experience. What is your experience in coaching? How many people have you coached already over the last couple of years? If you got started in coaching, maybe you have a special background, a pattern that always made you outstanding from the beginning of your time. Because even if you are not yet a coach officially, maybe earlier on you coached people, you taught people, you helped them overcome a problem. This is kind of coaching experiences. You help people before. Coaching is just a name, but you help people solve a problem. That's important, isn't it? So what is your credibility based on? It's not just a certificate. A certificate helps you the first 5 minutes maybe. Hey, Justin, good to see you. Certificate might help you the first 5 minutes, but then it's about your other credibility, the experience you have, your presence, your ability to talk their language. Again, that's your specialization if you're really, really good at it. Like our specialization, our credibility here in Asia, Mindanalytics can also be experience. We are operating for 12 years already. We are one of the first companies offering NLP training, NLP coaching. That gives us something like credibility. We have 8,000 hours of training inside of us. Gives also something like credibility. We work with major organizations, C-suite. I personally work with many people, helping them find a new job, career transitioning, creating their resume, finding a new job, fine-tuning the statements, interviewing skills. I'm really good at that one because I've trained and coached, I would say, hundreds of people in that area. So I'm really, really good at that one. So for you to identify, it's your credibility and what are your specialization in? What's your background that helps you to specialize in that specific area? So there are really two main points that I want you to take away here today. First of all, if you don't specialize, sooner or later the market is overrunning you. Because companies have enough choices to find clients nowadays or coaches nowadays. But if you are specialized, you take the mind share. They remember you under a certain specialization. This specialization can be by profession or it can be certain subtopics. Leadership coaching can be leaders in the first 100 days or managing across culture and so on and so on. Therapeutical coaching could be, for example, anxiety and the different forms of anxiety. The more fine-tuned you are, the better it is. Better be a big fish in a smaller pond than a small fish in a large pond. Think about that. Now, I'm finishing this live feed here in a moment. If you like what you heard, share the video with your friends. Ask them to listen to it in. Give some more comments about that video because I enjoyed that session today. And give some more comments. Tell me as well what you think about the video, that live feed. Is there anything else you would like to hear about coaching? And is it a good time for you? Would be ready by next week at 5:30 again because it's still fasting month. Are you okay to meet again next week 5:30? Let me know. And in the meantime, create your life. Andreas here from Asia Mind Dynamics. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our Facebook page, and I see you when I see you next. Bye bye.